Well, welcome back to part 2 of our day's road testing with the magazine. As you can see, we are now at Donington Park. The lads are out on the circuit, putting the bikes through the paces, and if we can catch up with one of them, we'll try and find out what on earth's going on. Lads, have you... Well, I've managed to grab Darryl and Bertie away from the track here now, stop the fun for 5 minutes. Let me ask you guys, I know when you're on the road you're riding very sensibly, aren't you, Darryl?
Of course.
Of course, yeah. But when you're on the track here, you can have a bit more fun.
Yeah.
What are you going to learn here that you can't learn on the road?
Well, it just gives you an opportunity to push it a little bit more than you could on the road. You've got no oncoming traffic, well, not usually anyway.
Not unless you meet him coming the other way, yeah.
Yeah, and it's, you know, it's a good surface, you know, there's no rubbish all over the road, you know, you've got to worry about white lines and cat's eyes and stuff, and you can just be smooth and just get a bit quicker. Right,
OK. You agree with that, Bertie? I mean, is it... Because a lot of people who buy these bikes, based on your reports, won't ever use them on a track, but do you think it's important, do you, to...
I think, yeah, I mean, I think the image of the bike is actually quite important, and with things like these that are actually quite sporty, they want to know the capabilities of the machine, even though they might not actually use those capabilities on the road. So we sort of give people the idea of exactly what these bikes can do, and then they can obviously make an informed decision about that when they go to the shops.
Right, and I see you've been concentrating, or you seem to be concentrating on the old knee-down shots here. I mean, that's the classic motorbike shot.
It's sort of the classic magazine type shot, which has sort of been around a bit, so a few people have tried elbow down just to push things a bit further, and a couple of us have had head down, elbow down, bike down.
Hey, I've done that, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's just really an indication of how far you can lean the bike over, and you know, and the performance of the bike in the corner, which for sports bikes is probably the major thing. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, you've been on the Aprilia most of the day today, Darryl, when we've seen you. Have you all ridden all three?
Yes, yeah, we have. Yeah, we spent the day just swapping and changing.
Right. Because he's small.
It fits him better, doesn't it?
I have a bit of trouble when I go to sit on another bike. This is still wedged.
Right.
So I'm trying to sort of avoid this one as much as possible. But it is a great bike. I mean, it's obviously being a 2-stroke, it's not a 4-stroke like the other two bikes, so it's very, very different.
Well, I say I'd drag you guys away from the track here to do this boring chat with me, but Gus is still out enjoying himself. What's he doing now, Darryl?
Well, he's because he's been racing, he raced in the Boxer Cup, he's ex-British production champion, he can push it a bit harder than myself and Bert can. So, yeah, he's putting some hard cornering in.
This is the man that seems to be having most of the fun today. Ex-British champion, yeah? I'm right, correct, yeah, I'm still racing.
Yeah, still racing.
What are you doing now?
At the tender age of 38, although I look 58. But I'm riding the BMW Boxer Cup at the moment in the European Championship with BMW UK. So riding about 10th in the championship at the moment. So it's not going too bad. It's tough racing.
This must be good practice for you then on a track, eh? Because this is a track evening that we're at now. There are people who've come and paid to do this. So as a racer, I mean, do you think there's a great value in going on track days or track evenings?
Definitely, yeah. I think you can learn a lot from your own bike by coming along on a track evening, for example. People don't even get near exploring what the bikes are capable of on a road. So you can actually learn a lot if you listen to the instructors, and actually there's plenty of track days available, even renting bikes and things, and you can take your own bike along, pay a few quid, and might save you a lot of money at the end of the day.
Good advice. Right, well, let me ask you about the 3 bikes we've got here today. 3 very different bikes. Do you have a favourite of these 3?
Well, they're all a bit quirky, really. I mean, the CBR's a very middle-of-the-road kind of bike. It does everything right. You can't go wrong with one of those things, really, you know. Yeah. But some people call them boring. Some people absolutely love them, you know. But they are a nice, easy bike to ride. Whereas the Buell...
you seem to be having more fun on the Buell, I have to say.
It's the first time I've rode one, actually, today. It's the very first time I've rode one, yeah. I've never swung my leg over it this morning, and it's grown on me all day. It really has. Everything I've found little bits in it. But I kind of like quirky bikes, you know, that do different things, and you can have a bit of fun on as well. You know, that don't do a million miles an hour, but you can just, you know, you really have to put a lot of effort in to get a lot back as well. And it seems to do everything really well.
It does, yeah.
But the Aprilla's a little 250 race bred 2-stroke, and those are slowly going to become extinct. Is the 2-stroke, and I'm a big fan of the 2-stroke. I like them. I love the sound of them and everything.
Yeah. It sounds like you're doing 60 mile an hour when you're doing 10 mile an hour.
Well, that's the good thing about it. Yeah, it's very impressive. You know, very impressive to the girls and things when you go howling past on one. You're only doing about 10 mile an hour, like you say. It sounds like you're doing 110, but you can get the things right over. You know, they do handle like a proper little race bike. So that's an ideal thing to take on a track day for the first time. You know, not too much power, but lots of lean angle, brilliant brakes. You know, and it's not going to fling you off. You know, you've got to be pretty good to get flung off one of those, I would say.
Well, it's getting late, it's getting dark, it's going to rain, isn't it?
Unfortunately, yeah, it is unfortunate.
You better get out and get some more riding done before it gets wet.
I think it will do, yeah. Yeah, we need a bit more sunshine, that's what we want.
You see that man sat over there? Sat on the inside of this very tight bend. He is the most stressed out man here. Watch him, just watch in a minute, he'll bang his head on the floor. I'm sure he will. He might do it this time, let's see. Oh, he's getting very stressed. That's Ollie, he's the photographer, and he's got the hardest job of the day, because without his good pictures, all of their input and all of their ability on the bikes and all the organisation is worth absolutely nothing if you've got nothing to show at the end of the day. He will shoot something like 20 rolls of film, about 700 pictures in a day. Hopefully he'll get some decent ones out of that. Just about it. It's now late in the evening, road testing is all over and everybody's in one piece, I'm glad to say, was it?
Thankfully.
Another successful mission. So what happens now then?
Well, now it's a question of everybody going home and going to sleep because they're all quite worn out, not as young as we used to be. Then it's back in the office tomorrow for a bun fight, work out which bike won, everybody fight their corners for their favourites, and we'll come to a reasoned and sensible decision.
And of course check the pictures, because that's important. I mean, that's vital, isn't it? There's no point in doing any of this, is there, if them
Without the pictures, we've got nothing.
If they don't come out, yeah.
So after a day like today, we'd hope to have, I don't know, somewhere in the region of about 500 to 800 shots.
Wow.
Which we will sift through and select the best ones, and then that magazine thing will happen. It will be turned into a nice 10-page road test.
How long does it take now from now to publication?
It will be a fortnight.
Fortnight?
Yeah.
That's a pretty quick turnaround, that, because it's a lot of work, isn't it?
It's not too bad. It takes you a couple of days to write, but it's more, there's about a week or so in terms of getting pictures scanned and designing it, laying it out, and then the final proofs coming through. So.
Good stuff. One very last thing. When I came here today to meet you guys, I expected to meet your road test editor, that ex-British Superbike chappie, Neil McKenzie.
Yeah.
Where, is he camera shy or something?
Well, I mean, despite living just round the corner, he's not camera shy. But no, he is unfortunately in Italy on the launch of the new Ducati 999.
Oh, it's tough, isn't it?
He couldn't make it here today.
It's a very, very glamorous life, road testing, isn't it?
I wish.